What's up, everyone? This is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing ALOLAN RAICHU a whole bunch. The team of three that I used for these battles is ALOLAN RAICHU, Azumarill, and Skarmory. I believe we have 10 battles here, and I think I went 9-1 in this set. But ALOLAN RAICHU is absolutely insane. You're going to see a lot of great gameplay using ALOLAN RAICHU in this video. And I'm pretty sure there's even one match in here where my one ALOLAN RAICHU sweeps an entire team of three. Because a lot of people just aren't really prepared to deal with ALOLAN RAICHU. And I've been running ALOLAN RAICHU pretty much always in the lead spot, because I want to put on a lot of shield pressure right off the bat. And there's a lot of matchups, even against top meta Pokemon, where I can win in the 1 or 2 shield scenario. And especially in Go Battle League, winning switch advantage and winning the lead advantage is so crazy important. Because these battles are all blind, you have no idea what your opponent is going to have in the back. So to give yourself an advantage, you really want to make sure that you are in control of the matchup, and you're forcing your opponent to bring out their Pokemon first so you can kind of see how to counter it. This morning I actually hit rank 10, which is pretty cool, pretty exciting. Man, once you get to rank 7 or so, the competition gets really tough. I believe my record right now is 55 wins and 10 losses, so I'm satisfied with that out of the 65 games that I played. Again, it's blind battles, so I'm not really too heavily concerned with people's win and loss ratios in Go Battle League, because there's so much randomness to it. So not super concerned with that, but I'm satisfied with 55 wins and 10 losses there. So I'm running my ALOLAN RAICHU with Thunder Punch and Grass Knot. You could also run it with Wild Charge instead of Thunder Punch to really apply a lot of damage. However, I have been in a lot of situations where I'm only able to win the matchup because I'm able to get to a last-second Thunder Punch. So most likely I'm going to be sticking with that moveset there. Now, ALOLAN RAICHU can beat Registeel. It absolutely shreds Azumarill. And so those are two of the things that you're going to see a lot in the Go Battle League. And if you watched my last video where I used the meta line of 3 that everyone's using, ALOLAN RAICHU has really good matchups against that line. Even against Altaria, you're at least going to be hitting for neutral damage. The Dragon Breath damage is going to shred you pretty fast, but really been liking ALOLAN RAICHU. So check out this matchup right here. ALOLAN matchup again, or ALOLAN RAICHU against Registeel. I am going to resist the flash cannons, but because RAICHU is so squishy, I am going to commit a shield there, because I know in the 1 shield scenario this is very favorable for me, and I even come out of this matchup with some stored energy, so I'm going to be able to Thunder Punch anything that comes in. I can tank a flash cannon there, but I don't think I'd be able to tank 2 flash cannons, especially with the lock-on damage in between. So I get their second shield there, which is just insane, and then they make a switch into Altaria. So now this is pretty much a good game. They gave up switch advantage. I have a shield advantage. I can bring in Azumarill, which is a complete wall to Altaria. And I don't need to shield any of this. I also want to exit this matchup with some stored energy, so I'm going to heavily overfarm. The Dragon Breath is hardly doing any damage to me. I don't want to get hit by another Sky Attack, so I will throw an Ice Beam here. This is going to be double super effective on Altaria and easily take it out. In the back is their own Azumarill, and because I'm not running Play Rough, I lose this mirror, but I am up a shield and I still have the ALOLAN RAICHU. So I believe Hydro Pump is the way to go here. It's a little bit more energy efficient than Ice Beam, and you get stab on it. So I'm going to bring out my Skarmory at this point, full health Skarmory, up a shield. This is definitely going to be good games, but we're playing it out. The Grass Knot that ALOLAN RAICHU has is amazing. I have one-shotted some Swamperts using ALOLAN RAICHU, which is really satisfying. But again, Alolan Raichu is very glassy, so you're going to have to make sure you're very smart with your shields and you don't waste your shields on Pokemon that don't need them. I really like to save my shields for Raichu. Out comes the Registeel. Just going to throw the Sky Attack. Registeel is a pretty hard wall to Skarmory, but you still have to throw your charge moves. That's the thing with Registeel. You cannot really get yourself into a fast move farm down scenario. And I tend to not like Pokemon like that as much, where you have to rely on the charge moves. This is an amazing matchup for me right here. I'm running Volt Switch as the fast move, and you really should be running Volt Switch on your Raichu. It's crazy broken. It's crazy OP. The damage is insane. Look at that damage just from fast moves, and the energy generation is absolutely insane. You get the best of both worlds, man. You get a lot of damage and a lot of energy, and you put that on a Pokemon that has a pretty high attack stat, and it's just insane. I do shield that play rough. I'm able to fast move down this Azumarill. Very favorable lead outcome there for me. Out comes Registeel. Still fine by me, man. I'm just going to sit here and throw Thunder Punches, put on shield pressure. This Registeel is going to have to shield eventually. The thing is, most people with Registeel don't commit shields very frequently because they know how bulky Registeel is. But Raichu doesn't care. Just 2 Thunder Punches already has it at like a third health left. And at this point, I'm actually going to shield my Raichu again because I know I'm going to be able to get to another Thunder Punch. This is either going to draw his last shield or take out the Registeel. I get the last shield. Again, the Registeel has to commit to dumping its energy here. It cannot lock on, farm me down. Totally okay with me. I can bring in my Azumarill and fast move this down. Just going to bubble it down. I don't even get hit by another Flash Cannon, so very favorable. And it's Altaria in the back. This was just, this was a massacre right here. Alolan Raichu put on so much shield pressure and damage in the lead scenario that I still had like 2 full health Pokemon in the back, essentially. And this matchup against Altaria is just ridiculously favorable for Azumarill. I definitely think you need Ice Beam on your Azumarill, but between Play Rough and Hydro Pump, you can kind of be flexible based on how you want to use your Azumarill. I like having the Hydro Pump there just to still do some good damage against the tanks. I'm going against an Absol here, man. What in the world? Now, at this point, I remember that Absol has Thunder, so I do commit a shield here. They don't get the surprise factor on me. That is one of the benefits to studying all the PvPoke lineups. You want to kind of know every Pokemon's moveset, and that takes some time to really learn. I am going to have a video coming out tomorrow, most likely, where I run Alolan Raichu, Shiftry, and Skarmory, I believe. So I actually use Shiftry a bunch and do pretty well with that as well. I know everyone in the comments, you guys get bored seeing the same line of 3 over and over and over again. But guess what? When you're using a premium pass, you don't want to sit there and like goof around using Pokemon that you're not very experienced with. Like, it's pretty easy to sit there and say, man, this guy's such a noob, he's just using the same 3 Pokemon. Yeah, I am. Because I want to win, especially when I'm using premium passes to get these rewards, and I really want to get those charge TMs. So, but I'm using Alolan Raichu here, and in the next video I'm using Shiftry a bunch, so definitely some picks that not as many people are using. But just be aware out there that the meta is a meta for a reason. Pokemon that are good, people are going to want to use them because they're super good, and especially when this affects like your win-loss record, you don't really have time to kind of goof around and use Pokemon that you're not super familiar with. Honestly, within those first 3 ranks, like the first 15 battles, you can be pretty adventurous with what you bring in because your opponents that you get matched up against not always are the most experienced, but once you hit around rank 4, people definitely start getting more serious. And rank 7 on up are just some insanely tough competitors. So just be aware of that. All right, Alolan Raichu against Azumarill again. Oh my goodness, look at the CP on that Azumarill. Uh, I'm wondering if my opponent maybe brought in the wrong Azumarill, or maybe they're completely out of Stardust, because that Azumarill is literally half as powerful as it should be. Didn't even realize that until now. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why my Alolan Raichu just fast moved it down. Yikes, that was brutal. Make sure your Pokemon are as close to 1500 CP as possible. Out comes Defense Deoxys, but this Defense Deoxys is running Zen Headbutt instead of Counter. So this is a very favorable scenario. Is this the sweep? Oh man, this might be the sweep. This is pretty nasty. I'm going to keep my Alolan Raichu in here. I know I'm going to be able to get to another Thunder Punch. Zen Headbutt is such a horrible fast move. It just generates energy so slowly, and the damage really sucks on it as well. Plus, I'm resisting it anyways. So this Defense Deoxys is finally going to get a charge move off, but I'm just going to stick in here with my little chocolate bunny. Farm it down. What is in the back? Oh man, it's an Alolan Marowak. I should be able to hit 2 Thunder Punches here, though. There's one. Here's the second one. And the Chocolate Bunny sweeps a team of 3. That was absolutely insane. I was laughing out loud while I was doing that battle. I did not expect that Alolan Raichu would do that well. So that first set of 5, I think I was 5-0 on that first set. This next set of 5. Now, against Durant, I know that it has the bug moves, so I got my Alolan Raichu out of there pretty fast, because that bug bite would really shred Alolan Raichu. Iron Head is going to hit Azumarill for neutral, but I'm resisting, I'm pretty sure I'm resisting these bug-type moves. I go for a shield bait there. I knew Ice Beam was going to be resisted, but this person really likes their Durant. I don't think an Iron Head would take me out at that range, but I'm going to shield it up. I want to get off this Hydro Pump, and then hopefully this goes through because I successfully baited. It does go through. They bring out Piloswine and then make an immediate switch into Miltank. What is going on here? I'm pretty sure this Miltank is running Zen Headbutt as well. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yikes. Oh my gosh, I'm going to overfarm here and try to get to a Hydro Pump. This is going to be a Body Slam. Oh, Gyro Ball. Man, that would have hit me for neutral as well. Does this Hydro Pump take out this cow? No. Wow, Miltank is very bulky. Maybe if Miltank got a better fast move, it would be viable. I think it learns Body Slam as well. And Gyro Ball. Man, if they gave it like Confusion instead of Zen Headbutt, that'd be pretty fun. I think in a lot of these battles, I end up winning with all 3 of my Pokemon remaining still. Again, these battles are from a couple days ago, so I believe I was only like rank 4 or 5 at this point. I still run into some tough opponents, but I wanted you guys to see how much work this Alolan Raichu team can do. It's insane. Okay, yeah, I am rank 5 at this point. So this is one of the matchups that is not favorable at all. So I'm going to switch into my Azumarill right off the bat. This Swampert is still staying in for some reason, so either they're trying to overfarm or they just don't have anything else to answer my Azumarill with. So I am going to throw the Ice Beam to threaten a shield. I let this go through. It is Earthquake, so now I know they're running Earthquake and not Sludge Wave. This is most likely going to be a Hydro Cannon. So I let it go through. I knew I was going to survive it. And I'm going to be able to get to another Ice Beam. This is going to hit Swampert for neutral damage. Land the Ice Beam. I'm okay with letting my Azumarill go down at this point, because now I believe I'm going to bring in ALOLAN RAICHU and try to fast move this thing down without getting hit by a Hydro Cannon. I think, no, I just go for the safe play and bring in Skarmory. Okay, that would have been a pretty aggressive farm down. Out comes Quagsire. The Stone Edges from Quagsire are going to be hitting me for neutral damage because of my flying and steel typing. But wow, that Sky Attack does a lot of damage against Quagsire. I still have 2 shields, so I might as well commit one here. This person ran 2 Mud Boys. Quagsire and Swampert both are very good answers to ALOLAN RAICHU. But if I can get up a shield and up in some energy and land a Grass Knot, I know I can one-shot those. Still don't know what they have in the back. I'm going to let this Stone Edge go through because I want to preserve a shield for my Raichu. Now I do the crazy aggressive farm down. What's in the back? Oh, yikes, it's a Venusaur. So Venusaur is a good response to ALOLAN RAICHU. All of my charge moves are going to be resisted by Venusaur unless I was running Psychic on my ALOLAN RAICHU. But I like having the Grass Knot for the Mud Boys. So I used ALOLAN RAICHU purely as a sacrifice there. I'm going to be able to resist everything that Venusaur throws at me, like heavily resist, so don't need to commit a shield here. And then I don't want to commit to farming that down because I didn't want to have to use a shield on this Venusaur. I do overfarm a little bit, but there's Quagsire in the back, and I knew the Quagsire had enough energy to get to a Stone Edge, so that is why I saved my shield for this matchup. Going to be able to take out the Quag. I think I'm 7-0 at this point. I believe I win all the matches up until the last one, and then I lose. Okay, ALOLAN RAICHU against Defense Deoxys. Not super certain on how this plays out. I am resisting the counter damage, but the Rock Slide is really going to hurt. Most people are running Rock Slide and Psycho Boost on their Defense Deoxys. But until you know the moveset, I'm just going to play it safe and shield this up. It is a Rock Slide. I now know that it is Rock Slide. I'm most likely going to be getting a shield here. There's the shield. Going to try to beat the Deoxys to the Thunder Punch, but it does not happen. However, I am going to commit my second shield here because I'm pretty sure in the 2 shield scenario I can win this out because my energy generation is going to be faster than Deoxys's. That's kind of a funny thing to say. Out comes Altaria. I need to get this Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch. Oh my gosh. Can I talk today? I need to get this Thunder Punch off on this Altaria. Hits for very good neutral damage. And now I have a Azumarill that is just an absolute wall to Altaria. Honestly, what I found once I hit rank 7 and upwards, I saw a lot less Altaria. Still saw a lot of Registeel, but a lot less Altaria. So I'm going to bring in my Skarmory on this Azumarill because my Azumarill does not have Play Rough. So it's going to be not as good in the mirror. That Azumarill goes for Ice Beam. I'm out of shields, so Hydro Pump would be the way to go. So I would have to assume here that they're running Ice Beam and Play Rough. Really want to get to the Sky Attack. I'm still not in Ice Beam range, I don't think. So hopefully get the last shield here. Yep, there goes the last shield. I have an Azumarill with loaded energy still. They have an Altaria. There's the Hydro Pump. I don't know why they didn't go for it right off the bat. Out comes the Altaria. I have so much stored energy here. I don't want to get hit by a Sky Attack though. And I now know that their Azumarill is running Ice Beam and Ice Beam and Hydro Pump as well. I'm going to be able to get to my Hydro Pump because of all the energy that I stored up. This should barely be enough to take out the Azumarill, yeah. Good games there. Altaria does give ALOLAN RAICHU some problems. The Dragon Breath damage is insane. Alright, we're in this scenario again. People love their Deoxys. It's a very solid pick for Go Battle League. But now, their Altaria is switch-locked into my Azumarill. This is something you just do not want to do. If you do not have to switch out of that opening matchup, like if it's somewhat neutral, do not give up your switch advantage, especially in blind battles like this, because you can almost guaranteed you're going to get switch locked against a ridiculously hard counter. Like, this is such a favorable scenario for me. I don't have to commit any shields. They commit one shield right there. I'm still going to overfarm. Going to throw another Ice Beam here. And I get their second shield. Holy cow. And then they give up switch advantage again. Now their Azumarill is locked against my Skarmory. Honestly, don't know why I didn't bring my Alolan Raichu in at this point. Sometimes I'm doing these battles when I'm like, or when my wife Katie is watching TV next to me, so not super highly focused sometimes. Alolan Raichu definitely would be the better thing to bring in here, especially since Azumarill is switch locked. I still have 2 shields, and I think at this point I'm being a little cheeky, and I want to see if I can win out this matchup not using any shields. But we will see how it goes. I should be able to Air Slash down, and they switch in the Deoxys to farm down my Skarmory. Good move. So they're making very aggressive switches here. At this point, I'm going to bring in my Raichu with all this stored energy. Okay, I am going to have to commit shields here because a Rock Slide would probably take me out. Ooh, sacrificial Azumarill swap. Okay, I am going to use my shields here. And go for the Hydro Pump. I still have so much energy stored in this Azumarill. And they have Altaria in the back, so this is an easy victory. Oh no, they have Azumarill in the back. Man, they've switched... They switched around so fast, it's hard to keep track of what's going on. Oh my goodness, another switch. These are like the craziest aggressive switches ever. And this is actually going to be fairly close now. Holy cow. Oh my goodness, yeah. The Dragon Breath damage is insane. Is this where I take my loss, actually? Oh man, I need to get that Altaria out of there. I have just enough energy to throw on this Azumarill. Okay, that was way closer than I suspected. They made some really aggressive switches, and it almost ended up costing me the match. Good games there. Wow, that was insane. Holy cow. Alright, we have this matchup again. Alolan Raichu against Deoxys. Let's see how we decide to play this out. Alolan Raichu is great because you don't need to rely on baiting. It is very consistent at what it does. I can just go straight Thunder Punch in all these matchups that I would be using it anyways. And consistently, it is going to do what I need it to do. I'm going to shield there. This Deoxys has to shield if it wants to stay on an even playing field. But I'm pretty sure even in the one shield, maybe not. I feel like I would get taken out by a Rock Slide at that health. Whoa, they go for Thunderbolt. So this Deoxys is now running Rock Slide and Thunderbolt. Yep, okay. Gonna take out the Deoxys. In comes Registeel. I'm still gonna put on so much damage against this Registeel with these Thunder Punches. Hopefully eventually get that last shield. But they get to their Flash Cannon. Smart play because I was gonna throw another Thunder Punch there. So I'm in kind of a tricky scenario now. I have to bring in my Azumarill and successfully land an Ice Beam bait. Oh, I think I remember this match. This opponent was super ballsy and did not take my baits if I remember correctly. Going for the Ice Beam. Oh, okay. They do shield it up. Man, I don't even remember how this matchup plays out. This Flash Cannon is really going to hurt. And I don't think I can bubble down this Registeel. They switch to their own Azumarill in the back. And this is really bad. Because now that shields are down, their Azumarill is going to be able to land a Hydro Pump. And this is a very favorable matchup for Azumarill in the zero shield scenario. If you can land that Hydro Pump. I should maybe be able to get to 2 Sky Attacks, but that's not going to be enough to take out this Azumarill. I expect the Ice Beam, yep. And because I'm not running Play Rough, this Azumarill is going to be able to take out my own Azumarill because I'm so low in health. I overfarm here. Azumarill is still not in hydro pump range. So this is where I take my loss. Let me know what you guys think of ALOLAN RAICHU. Man, I really have been enjoying using it. Huge shout out to Valor Ash for kind of turning me on to the idea. If you want to be on my friends list and support the channel and battle with me, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be in the description. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.